Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Pokemon Sleep. It's a little weird coming back on a Sunday night with the day already in progress. I think this is one of the few times I've ever had to come in kind of late for this, so thank you for your patience and understanding. Let's head in and get the day going with it already in progress. So breakfast and lunch are already squared away. Not gonna have a chance to get to dinner, and I'll explain why in a little bit. Let's at least get in and start like we normally do. Getting in that sleep report for last night. I was dogged tired going to bed last night, so definitely felt like I got some really needed rest. And there we can see, yeah, that blip at 4 o'clock is the only amount of snoozing. The rest of it was just ever so slight movement. Like, I just really needed that rest. So snoozing wins out with 11% more, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Old Gold Power Plant, I'm still looking for something in every sleep type, so it's still a good thing to see. Right, 119 million Drowsy Power, not bad. Full 8 spawns with a lot of 1-stars. So that's good, maybe. Let's see who's at camp today. We got Palmy atop Belly, which is a new sleep style. Cool. We got Mareep, Eevee, another Jolteon. They've been showing up quite a lot. Another Palmy trying to hide as best in the tall grass. Another Mareep, another... Wow. It's like a mirror image. It was like right down the middle. Okay. Yeah, look at that. I mean, you got the Mareeps on either side, flipped positions. It's 2 different star sleep styles for Eevee, but mirror image Jolteons and 2 Palmy. Wow. Looks like one of those like old school stereoscopic viewers where it's just done like that so it creates a 3D illusion. Oh, it's a Palmo, not a Palmy. That's why. I could barely tell them apart. But cool, nonetheless. That's still a new sleep style. I will happily take it. And no one's hungry. This is not surprising. Alright, yeah. I've recruited Palmo. Oh, they're both Palmo. Okay. I really have got to get down getting the difference between those two, between Palmy and Palmo. I've also recruited Eevee and Jolteon, so like all good there. So I guess it's not the greatest, but I just don't want to... I'm happy to recruit one and not have to spend any of my regular biscuits, but I don't want to spend any extra biscuits today. So, yeah. Positive biscuit. Take a biscuit, leave a biscuit. I'm going to leave it there. Eevee's always a good choice because I still have quite a lot of Eevees to recruit. I'm going to leave the atop Belly Palmo. Palmy candy, very good for folks. Still working on their healers. It's a nice little chunk of XP. I actually got to see the bar move this time. Alright, 1 check today. Jolly. And as we remember, it's ingredient finding down. We got milk, cocoa, milk. Not too bad of an ingredient spread. Alright, we've got No berry finding, no skill level up. So we got research XP bonus, ingredient finder, inventory up. That's not bad. Sleep XP bonus and ingredient finder M. Woof. There's just nothing I really like out of this. Okay. Yeah, sometimes that's just how it is. Let's move on. Got to Master 3, so we get our grub and incense. And unless there's some really sweet 6 spawns tomorrow morning, you can leave the give out X biscuits quest and just keep our Poga biscuits. Okay. So, I alluded to it a little bit earlier. Let me get community reports squared away first. 49. Almost everyone. I like to see that. Thank you, everyone. I continued sleep research. It's always the most helpful, so thank you. So what my intention was to do for lunch and dinner was to, continue letting the team stockpile ingredients and just continue to try to make Claude Sire Eclair for all 3 meals. After I cooked breakfast, I thought I had put on the Cocoa Gathering Blastoise. I guess with the way that I put it on the team and didn't, locked my phone screen or didn't navigate away from that menu, the change didn't actually take place. So when I went to go cook lunch, I realized, oh no, Milk Blastoise is still on the team. So I had enough cocoa backlogged to make lunch, but not to make dinner. So for the next 4 or so hours, I'm going to let that Blastoise cook because I want to try to continue making that, which unfortunately means that it's just not time for meal right now. Which kind of stinks. I do like to be able to at least have a meal cooked with y'all. But I gotta try. I'm just going to collect from them just to keep everything nice and clear. I mean, thankfully we're past Master 3, so really at this point for me, there isn't any other, it's not that big of a deal if I don't, hit a higher rank. It's just more of, that's the only thing standing in my way, and I could really do more about it. Honestly, something that I could do now, because I've got so much time, and I only need that ingredient, I could probably throw some more of the Blastoise team or the Squirtle team out there for it. Yeah, there's a couple of candidates too. You're there for milk. I haven't leveled you up. That one's a skill-based one. The rest of them I haven't really leveled up. The other one is... Alright, maybe things were not as solid as I thought, and that's all the way out of reach. Well, you can still technically put Absol on the team to get a couple more. It doesn't hurt. That's fine. I'm okay leaving it like that. I'm just trying to get, what is it, another 24? It shouldn't be that difficult. It might be, but I think I should be able to get there. At least by bedtime. But that's the regular research stuff that I've got squared away for today. Thank you for locking up screen recording. I really appreciate that. I'm just gonna navigate into where I wanted to be anyway. Hopefully it will catch up. Usually and there we go. Sometimes I just need to give it a minute to play catch up. I'm just moving between menus too quickly or something. So next week, starting tomorrow, we've got the summer festival. So not a lot that I really need to do in preparation other than just making sure that before I go to bed, I've got a good ingredient collecting team on. So that'll just mean just basically leaving, just swapping Absol for Venusaur, more or less. Because for next week, we will have curries and stews set as our meal type. We will have the candy creme-o-matic function. Those are really the things to kind of keep in mind. So, getting lots of berries, dude. So yeah, as we can see there, it's now in there. We've got a new curry dish to make. It's got a nice big chunky amount of ingredients, so it's not one that I'll be able to make for every meal. But since I will have, I am planning to use, I think that's what I meant to check and didn't. So I'm going to just do this live. Yeah, technically this is the last full week of June. And since it's a special event, and there is a Pokemon that I'd particularly like to make sure that I recruit on the team, I'm going to be using my good camp ticket this week, this coming week, instead of the week following, which is traditionally I like to use the good camp ticket at the end of the last week of the month, unless something else pops up. So this is a dish I will be able to make with the good camp ticket, but it's a matter of, can I keep pace with those ingredients? We'll have to see tomorrow after I get things set up for the week. The worst case, if that isn't, the Dizzy Punch Spiced Curry will continue to just be the best 3 ingredient meal that I can make, just so I can continue to try to raise ranks as quickly as possible, keeping the Dene on the team to get those extra tasty chances built up. Because alternatively, I, with a good camp ticket, could also be working on the Hidden Power Perk Up Stew. I just don't have the soybean and mushroom gatherers really set up for success. I haven't found my soybean collector, so that's also like the big thing holding back. I do have Golem, which would help to get soybeans, but it is not it's not an ideal Golem for that. It's got potatoes. I suppose I could also, I do have the Pokemon set for Inferno Kima Curry. It would just require getting that Lairon fully evolved, and Pupitar is probably at a good enough spot. Since if there are some candy tasks, then it would certainly be worthwhile to use those as investments if I wanted to work on that. Because I certainly should have the ingredient producing power to make those dishes. But more or less the thing I'm looking to focus on the most for next week is just cooking some fun, tasty dishes. Hopefully seeing more than one Farfetch'd. And I'm very excited to see, I guess it'll be Monday night, but Tuesday's research, when we get the first opportunity to get a look at Farfetch'd, what that's going to be. So stay tuned to find out. I'll be there every step of the way. Thanks so much for stopping by. That's going to be it for today. Appreciate the patience and understanding for the later upload. I'll be back tomorrow morning with your regularly scheduled sleep research, starting off the new week. But until then, sleep well.